Okay, so in this video, we want to review how to multiply integers by hand. So here's our first example, 74 times 8. So here's our first solution. Let's break up 74 into 70 plus 4. Now we can distribute each integer times 8. So 70 times 8, we'll do first 7 times 8 is 56. But then 70 is 7 times 10, so this is going to be 560. Plus 4 times 8 is 32. And so we have, as a final answer, 592. But this is not the optimal solution. Let's consider another solution that essentially breaks up the multiplication in the exact same way, but in allowing us to write fewer characters. So let's do it on the right here. So we have 74 times 8. The setup is the same as for addition. So, well, how does it work? Exactly like this, but we're not going to write out 70 plus 4 for 74. We will leave 74 intact as just one integer. So if you look here, we have 4 times 8. Well, 8 times 4 now gives you 32. Plus the other part, but this is now 8 times the 70, so we add in a 0 here, and 8 times 7 is 56. And we add the two pieces, and we get 2 plus 0, 2, 3 plus 6, 9, and nothing plus 5, 5. So we get 592, as before. Now, again, the advantage here, if you look to your left, 560 was there, 32 was there, 592 is here. The only real difference is that this allowed us not to have to write 74 as 70 plus 4. This was the gain here in our second solution. Now this may not look like much, but this will become really important when we consider products of larger integers. So to emphasize this, let's look at another example. What if we wanted now to perform 76 times 39? Now, as both here, and again this will be following the same idea as in the first example, as both integers are double digits, we will have to break up both of them. So 76 as 70 plus 6 times 39 as 30 plus 9. And now we're going to have more than just two terms, right? So we have, okay, 70 times 30. Well, 7 times 3 is 21. But we have a 10 times a 10, that's 100, so we have to add in two zeros. Plus 70 times 9, well, 7 times 9 is 63. But once again, times 10, 630, plus 6 times 30, well, 6 times 3 is 18, times 10, 180, and finally plus 6 times 9, 54. So now we have the four individual integers. Let's add them up. So if we add those two up, and again you see already this is a little clumsy because it's better to add integers when they're stacked in a vertical column. Now they're on the same row. So let's try to add up, say, these two first. So we have 2,730 plus, and if we add these two up, well, a 4 plus a 0 gives us a 4. 5 plus 8 is 13. That's 3. Left over of 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 234. One more addition. So we have a 4 here. Plus 0 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 2 plus 7 is 9. And a leftover of 2. So the answer is 2,964. But this was, you see already, kind of unpleasant. Well, let's now perform the same multiplication but using our second solution. And hopefully in this case you will appreciate how much better the second solution is compared to the first solution. So we have 76 times 39. So the idea is the same as in the first solution, but not to break up the two integers into two more integers. So if you think about it this way, we can do first 9 times all of 76, and then we'll do 30 times all of 76, and we'll add up those two integers and not four integers. So let's start with 9. 9 times 6 is 54, so we have a 4, a leftover of 5. 9 times 7 is 63, plus 5 is 68. So 9 times 76 is 684. And you can sort of see it here. 630 plus 54 is 684. So it's this piece. So now this we can forget, as this was the work that allowed us to get 684 being 9 times 76. Plus we have to do now 30 times 76. So we have to add in a 0. And now we do 3 times 76. So 3 times 6 is 18. 8 left over of 1. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus 1 is 22. And now we add up those two integers and not four integers. And notice that if we add this integer with this one, we get this one. So instead of four individual integers, we only have two. And now performing the addition, 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 8 is 16. So 6 left over of 1. 6 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 9. And nothing plus 2, 2. And so you see we arrive at the same answer, 2,964. But this was much more compact than the first solution. Let's do one more example to show that really, if you can multiply integers between 1 and 9, you can multiply any integers no matter how large they may be. So here's our third and final example. And in this case, we will not complete the first solution, only the second solution. So what if we wanted to perform, say, 213 times 56? Well, again, it will be two steps, 6 times 213, and then plus 50 times 213. So let's start. So 6 times 3 is 18, 8 carry over of 1, 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and 6 times 2 is 12, and we have our first integer. 6 times 213 is 1,278. So we can forget this now. Perform the other multiplication, but this is again a 50, so you have to add in a 0. 5 times 3 is 15, 5 left over of 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. And finally 5 times 2 is 10. This is our last step. So if we add the two integers, 8 plus 0 is 8. 7 plus 5, 12. Carry over of 1. 1 plus 2, 3. Plus 6, 9. 1 plus 0, 1. And nothing plus 1, 1. So our final answer is 11,928. And you see, there was nothing here other than multiplying integers between 1 and 9. And same for addition. So even though the result is quite large, the work was fairly simple. So hopefully, this convinces you that this is a pretty neat way to multiply integers by hand.